Hello and welcome to this segment of Sister to Sister. We come to the questions and problems of the world from a biblical standpoint, and you get to hear from all of us, all the girls. And here's what we're going to talk about right now. How do you distinguish between taking a stand and judging?
I actually don't think those two things are close together. I think they're very different.
Okay.
Just because you take a stand for something does not mean you're a judgmental person. I think it's two totally separate things. I think taking a stand is about your personal convictions. You take a stand for something because you have that belief or you have that conviction. Judging, being judgmental, is about other people's convictions and trying to control what their convictions are.
And their behaviors.
Yes, so
right.
I think that they are very different. I think they can be confused, especially in the political realm right now of our culture and the country, but I just think they are very different things. I don't think just because someone takes a stand for something makes them judgmental.
Yeah, I think that was excellently said, because I think there's, judgment versus assessment. Judgment versus being judgmental, And I agree with what she's saying, that when we are judgmental, it's usually not even based off of facts. It's based off of my skewed perception of something.
Or your feeling.
Or in my, well, yes, it's definitely emotional. And then, I unfairly label someone, and then I throw things that stick, that can skew somebody's perspective, but usually it's coming from my own skewed perspective.
Oh, yeah. Tiffany, you don't seem like a judgmental person at all.
Oh, well, you're right. You know what? I think I agree with Corey as well as with you. I think taking a stand says, this is what I believe. Judgment says, this is what you should believe, and this is how you should think. And I think also judgment can be very ineffective if you are trying to help somebody get to a good place. They're going to put up that wall because they're not trying to hear what you're saying, because you're judging them. So opposed to judging them, kind of approach it from just a more of a caring, soft place than that judgment place.
Right. Well, I think sometimes your conviction, and we talked about with Flo, because she takes a stand and she doesn't waver. So other people might judge her as judgmental because she takes such a strong stand on something. So what you said, Tiffany, is really important, that when we have, and this is a lot of political, our religious beliefs, our faith, other people will judge us, how we think, based on how we present ourselves. So I think this is such a good question.
I don't want to take away from Roxy's time, but because you brought that up, I just want to clarify too, when you take a stand, it's what are you standing on? And so Flo's firm stand is on that firm foundation, the word of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
And I can't afford to waver.
Right. Well, the reason that we all want Roxanne to speak is that she's an attorney. And what about this question?
Yeah, I look at what Jesus did. Jesus said, I came into the world not to judge the world, but that the world through me might be saved. Amen. So if we're Christians with convictions, I find the weakest people are placing their convictions on somebody else. You need to think like me, you need to be like me, you need to be cut out of a cookie cutter like me. And we have to stop that, because God placed in this world diversity. His creation, His universe, so diverse, so beautiful. He loves what He created. We need to love what He created. Let the Holy Spirit convict if you think somebody's in sin or not living a lifestyle or something that you believe in. Just take that log, look at yourself, and don't try to take a splinter out of somebody else's eye. Let the Holy Spirit work in that heart. And as my sister said, in gentleness, in kindness, in beauty, love people where they are.
Well, it's interesting you use the word conviction in your comments, and not just judgment.
Right.
So, but God doesn't convict.
The Holy Spirit puts something in somebody that wants them to come to the Lord. And it's through his loving kindness, God says he draws people. It's through his tender mercy he draws people. Not with the gavel that's pounded on their head.
right,
It's through his kindness that he
Right.
could destroy us if he wants to, but he hasn't. He's long suffering with us.
Oh my goodness, we could really go on and on with this question. We hope that you got from our hearts into your home. Thank you. We'll see you next time because we are the sisters of Sister to Sister.